My Balana, uh, Amish Paradise, Captain Underpants, Eat It. Y'all should know by now who this person is, right? Weird Al. Many of us grew up listening to a lot of his parody songs, and some of you can even sing the entirety of the song from beginning, right? Because I'm fat, I'm fat. You know those. All of these go back way back to the 70s, 80s. This man has been doing this for a while now. Um, well, unearthed audio and video interview with Stephen Colbert, a statement was made by him that has us a little bit um, concerned. Concerned is a good word. I remember Weird Al because back in the day when I was going to college, Weird Al was affiliated with the church that I was a part of in terms of the denomination. Although his was mostly in the California region, it was the same affiliation, the type of church, Church of Christ. And so hearing what I'm about to play for you kind of threw me for a loop. I would not have expected it, even though I knew the genre that he's in terms of entertainment, might lend credence to it being true. However, I would have never seen it coming. So we're going to listen, see if what we're going to hear is something of him being honest or whether he's trying to make it feel less awkward by the question being asked. Okay, let's go.
Baby, you wouldn't have gone into parody because accordion, basically, you want to hear a polka?
Yep.
Or stroll past my table in Europe while
Exactly.
I'm eating or something like that.
Now, if you're not familiar with his whole accordion work, it was his trademark for a long time. That accordion was everywhere in all of his music. You name it, and he could probably slip the accordion into a rap song. He is still that talented of a musician, but it's coming.
Yeah, Joey, how'd you get with the accordion?
Well, my parents made that life-altering decision for me. They had the foresight to realize that if I played the accordion, I would have to find my own path in life and go a slightly different way.
Because nobody would like you. That's true.
If I played the guitar, I don't know that I'd be like doing like funny music because it's not, it's not that different from everybody else.
How come after 40 years you don't look any different? Did you
Here it comes.
sell? How is this possible? I have visibly aged since last September. How is it that you're like a frozen caveman? How is it that you have stayed so fresh? Did you sell your soul to the devil?
That's part of it, but the other part was, I rarely leave my hyperbaric chamber. That's very important to me.
Very important.
Now, see, I was half a hope that when he said it, it would be an awkward exchange, but he bought into it, which tells me that it might be partially true. There is some credence to give to people when they present something to you, whether you have a history with them, a long-standing idea of who they were, you love the stuff that they do. They're not necessarily one of those people that participate in all of the crazier side of entertainment music, because that's not weird. Al, he doesn't do that. He didn't go into the debauchery side of the music. He kept things fairly where you could listen to it in front of your kids kind of thing. But to hear this, does it make it more evil? I think so. Here's why. If you did indeed do what in jest or whatever you want to pass it off as, because they had a lot of crazy stuff in jest. Let's just say that you did indeed make some sort of a pact with an entity called the devil, and you're at the same time making music that the children would listen to, and it's not as obvious. At the same time, you're kind of making things, I think, a little worse for parents because you are introducing somebody to yourself and your person is linked to something very, very, very bad. It's almost as though it'd be easier if you were just screaming at the top of your lungs as many profanities as you can, pushing the sexual agenda and being outlandish about the dark instead of being a covert, undercover dark guy, but having this mystique of being Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. Now, everybody knows that Weird Al, when he was doing his day, he was, top notch when it comes. Everybody, if you grew up with him, you were laughing. I'm betting you money right now that you can sit down and think of at least 3 songs that you've memorized by him, and you, when you were younger, dying laughing. He had the gift. He had the gift of taking something mundane or even things that people didn't like, and he could make it into a completely different song while still being the same song and have a completely different feel to it and have you rolling on the floor. Now you got to ask yourself, were you giving into something under the guise of it being different than the original, but all it really was a different vehicle to get the same thing into you? Now people have to start. I'm going to start with me. I have to start wondering, how is it that I couldn't separate myself from his music, and why was I so enamored with it? Is this part of it? No. Or is it that now that I'm older and I found this out, and mind you, this has been out since 2016. I didn't even know about this statement. I never knew that he said this. I never knew that he would have gone to this length to have a conversation with somebody who is also blatantly out there on the outskirts of the religious world. I would have never thought that. But is that on me? Because I would not be looking for my idol, if I want to put it like that, to be involved in it. I was holding him as this position of saying he's not there. He's not with the rest of them. He's different. He is above and beyond that. He is at least trying to do it the good way. I changed my mind. I can't see it that way anymore. If you didn't, there would be no way you would jest about it. Listen, if I never sold my soul to the devil, I would, especially knowing that I knew that he knows of God, I would never make that joke. So it tells me one of two things. He was never affiliated with God, or somewhere along the line when that particular thing took place, he completely abandoned all hope of God. And if that happened, then whatever you did before seems a little bit more nefarious to me now, because I don't know at which point you sold out. Could it be in the very beginning when things were not taking off? Even to the point where you did that movie Weird. I did that movie called UHF. And UHF was a very off-the-wall, crazy kind of 80s movie. But even in that, I thought to myself, okay, it's really crazy, cringy in some spots, and they had some off-key moments in it there too. But was that around the time that you gave yourself over to that other side? Could I have been giving myself your attention and not realize that I was putting myself in front of something completely crazy, but it be so well masked that I couldn't pick it up? Well, now I know better. So now I know exactly what not to do in the future. And if you are a massive fan of Weird Al, let me know what you think about this statement. Do you take it for granted? Do you just say, oh, it's just funny? Do you think it's real? And if you think it's real, do you consider it worse than, say, everybody else, say, like Lil Nas X, who would go down in a video and do a stripper pole all the way down to hell, do a lap dance for Satan and come back? Which one's worse? One trying to present itself as light, or one obviously presenting itself as dark? I look forward to hearing this one, because I know this for a fact. More of you know him than you know most artists today. So please give me your answer. Does this change your view of Weird Al, or did you know all along that this was who he was? I look forward to your comment.